the best makeup products that I have discovered in 2025. Foundation, concealer, lip products, all of it. 90% of these are products that I have bought by myself. And I'm just really excited to share with you guys because these are some awesome products, okay? Like I've discovered some true gems this year. Welcome back to Badass Brown Beauty, where we talk about all things unfiltered when it comes to beauty. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my beauty related videos. Let's start by diving into all my base makeup favorites. The L'Oreal Serum Tint was one of the best base products that I have discovered this year. It had a ton of hype surrounding it and it actually does live up to that hype in my opinion. I bought it in the shade 4 to 5 medium. It is a really good shade match for me. Despite the fact that they describe it as neutral and I am warm toned, it still worked really well for me and I don't find any issues in terms of the undertones. It gives the most soft, dewy look that doesn't feel oily despite the fact that I have oily skin, because like true dewy finishes don't work for me because my oily skin just ends up making them look super greasy. But this one gives that soft dewy finish, and I only set my under eyes and my T-zone with powder when I use this because I don't find the need to set it with powder in my other areas. It's got like medium to buildable coverage, so you can use it as a very natural looking everyday based product, or you can build it up a little bit in areas where you have more blemishes or you want higher coverage. It's pretty versatile. There are only two drawbacks with this product, the limited shade range and the messy packaging, but I feel like if they fixed those two aspects of it, it would be perfect. Then we have the K-Beauty Cushion Foundation. I got this one in the shade 125Y and it's just so lovely. It gives me a natural yet full coverage finish. Like I don't know how that works, but it is just gorgeous. It doesn't oxidize much. It oxidizes very little, not enough that it looks like you're wearing a whole different shade of foundation half an hour later. The packaging feels really high quality and the product goes on well. It looks beautiful. Even if you have oily skin, you can choose to not set it because it does settle down into a pretty transfer-proof finish. If possible, I would recommend going into a store and getting shade matched before you buy this because the shades online are not super accurate or helpful. Then we have the Maybelline Flex Powder Foundation. So the moment this launched, I was like, you know what? I just know that I'm gonna love this because Maybelline's foundations have never failed me. The Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation was one of my first ever favorites that I still love to this day. The Superstay Lumi Matte, another amazing foundation. And now it's a powder foundation, which I mean, you know, as an oily skin girl, how could I not try it? So I bought it in the shade 228. It is a touch dark for me because I use 220 in the Lumi Matte, but I actually prefer that because that way I don't end up having to color correct any of my pigmented areas, and it's not so dark for me that it actually looks like orange or anything. It looks good after I put it on, and I love the finish it gives. It's very high coverage, it's matte, but it doesn't feel like chalky or anything, and it lasts really well. It is genuinely water and sweat proof. Like I did not find it running or fading off at all. It tends to give a lot of kick up when I'm applying it, like the powder flies out, but other than that, it's an excellent product. If you have oily skin, you would really enjoy this powder foundation. Like powder foundations in general, they are such an underdone category of makeup in the Indian space, especially because, you know, we live in a hot country where a lot of places are humid. I think we definitely need more powder foundations in the market. And you know what? For 2026, I predict that there will be more brands launching powder foundations. Then we have the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. So I actually use this kind of like a combination of corrector and concealer because the shade that I picked up has quite a peachy undertone to it. So it works perfectly to cancel out any darkness which is under my eyes, around my mouth, and at the same time it has a little bit of coverage. So it also ends up working like a concealer. And the formula is really thin and blends out really easily. I actually discovered this through my best friend and I am so glad I bought it because I am almost actually done with this pen, which is crazy because it usually takes me so long to finish a corrector. But you know, since it has this dual corrector concealer thing going on, I ended up using it up and I highly recommend it. And you know what's great about it is that even when I'm doing like daily makeup, I just want very light makeup just to, you know, cover up any darkness around my eyes and around my mouth. I just put this on and set up the powder and I'm good to go. It's so fast and easy. The last product in the base makeup category is the Hydra Fit Color Corrector by Simply Nam. This is a new launch and I have always had issues with most color correctors being too orange, which ends up being too dark for me because my pigmentation is not that dark and it just ends up being way too dark on my skin tone. So when I saw this peach color, I was like, you know what, that is what I need. It'll be perfect for me. And you know what? I have literally never tried a color corrector that was this perfect for me. For my skin tone, for my level of pigmentation, it is just right. I initially tried it by putting it directly from the wand onto my face and blending it out. But then when I tried it by putting it on the back of my hand and using a brush to put it on, that ended up actually being a much better way to use it because I ended up using less product and getting a better result. And it's hydrating, it settles down well, it doesn't break up like a lot of color correctors tend to do. And once it sets, it doesn't mix with my foundation and concealer, which is crucial for a good color corrector. Simply Nam really killed it with this one. I've just had it for like 2 weeks and I am truly obsessed with it. I have been using it every single time that I've done my makeup. Okay, so now that we're done talking about my favorite base makeup discoveries of 2025, let's talk about other makeup products that I have discovered this year, which have blown me away. So first up is the Maybelline Lifter Lip Liner. The Maybelline Lifter glosses are already some of my favorites. So when I saw that their lip liners have launched here and I was looking for like a medium brown kind of lip liner and I saw Let's Bounce, I was like, yeah, that's the one I'm gonna try. 10 on 10 formula. They have knocked it out of the park with this one. It's super smooth, it glides on really well, super duper pigmented, and once it sets, it actually lasts. It does not go away easily at all. And the shade is exactly what it looks like on the Nykaa website, which, I mean, if you shop for makeup often on Nykaa, you know that that's not always the case. Next up is the NYX Lip Ivy. So this actually launched in India just last month, but I got it from the US in July and I absolutely loved it from the first time I used it. It is so glossy and gives that really beautiful, juicy, plump look to your lips. And at the same time, it doesn't feel sticky or anything at all. And the best part is that if you wipe it away or even if it wears off naturally, it leaves behind a stain on the lips that looks so pretty. I have it in the shade Hydra Honey, but I desperately want to get my hands on Mocha Me Wet. It's just that it's always out of stock on Nykaa because I think it's a really popular shade. But yeah, I have been using mine since July. It's been one of my most used lip products, hands down, in 2025. I highly recommend it. It's definitely worth the hype. Next up is this L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. This is one of those products that promises something big and actually delivers. It's basically like hairspray for your face. So if you have oily skin or your makeup tends to smudge or wear off quickly, this setting spray is definitely going to make a huge difference in your makeup routine. It just kind of seals everything into place and doesn't let anything budge. It's so freaking good. Especially if you're going out, you're going for a party, you're going for an event, and you really want your makeup to stay. This is exactly what you need. I just wish that they would reduce the fragrance in it because I kind of feel a little bit like I'm choking every time I put it. So I do have to hold my breath. But yeah, it does the job really well. Speaking of setting sprays, I am actually very surprised to be putting a hydrating setting spray on this list, which is crazy because as someone with oily skin, I don't typically tend to gravitate towards hydrating setting sprays because they just end up making me look really oily. But this one by K Beauty actually does not do that at all. So at the end of my makeup, after I've set everything with powder, if I'm feeling like things are looking a little powdery and cakey and flat, I just do one layer of this on my face. The mist is really fine, so it doesn't create those annoying droplets on my face. And it is so gentle. Like, gentle might be a weird word to use here, but that's what comes to mind, that it just kind of gives my makeup this soft, luminous look without making it look too dewy. I do typically still set it with the L'Oreal setting spray for actual fixing. This I feel like is more just to make my makeup look good. I haven't really tested how much it helps with longevity. Previously, I used to use MAC Fix Plus back in the day for that. Also, by the way, in case you can hear some like random banging noises, my neighbor is doing some renovation work. I'm hoping my mic is not picking it up, but if you do hear that from time to time, my apologies. Next up is the NARS Laguna Bronzing Powder. This is one of those cult classic products that I have heard beauty YouTubers talking about for years and years and years. When I got a free sample of this a couple of years back to try, I was like, shit, this is actually as good as they say. I think I'm gonna have to get the full size of this when I run out. It's just the most perfect contour for me. It blends out so beautifully. It's pigmented but still really diffused, and it doesn't get patchy at all. And I don't know, it's perfect. It's the perfect contour. And the best part is it comes in so many shades. You will be able to find something that is suitable for your skin tone. Next up, we have two cream blushes. The Defi Beauty Butter Up Blush Stick. So they sent me all three shades of these in PR, but the one that has really stayed with me is Too Brown to Butter Down. I have it on my face right now, and it's just such a perfect shade. Like, it looks flushed and cute and pretty, but at the same time, it's not too pink or red. It's kind of got that neutral brown thing going on. And it's got a really beautiful blendable formula. I use it with a fluffy brush and it just blends out amazingly. And the other cream blush that I discovered this year was the Nebula Cream Blush by Dream Beauty in the shade Lagoon Pink. The color is just gorgeous, like especially for daily use. Even if I'm not wearing any base makeup, I just put on a little bit of that and it just gives me this kiss of color on my cheeks that just makes me look fresh and beautiful and youthful. And I know I'm really hyping it up, but I genuinely love it so much. And it's got like this emollient buttery formula that blends out really easily, but at the same time, it doesn't feel oily or sticky or anything, even though my skin is oily. And actually from Dream Beauty, I also really love their creamy matte lipstick. It goes on so creamy, you know, like a creme lipstick, but it dries down to this soft matte finish that doesn't feel drying at all, and it just looks so beautiful. You can use it for a touch of color by just like dabbing it on, or you can swipe it on for full pigment. It looks really nice both ways, and I also really like the packaging of this brand. Next up is the Tipsy Beauty Cocoa Velvet Peptide Lipsticks, specifically in medium brownie bite. I haven't tried the pink ones, but I love the brown ones. Besides the shades actually being pretty, the formula is so comfortable on the lips, and it has that beautiful cocoa smell to it that, oh, I just love. And next up is this PAC Cosmetics Powder Puff. Now, you might think that a powder puff is a very innocuous thing to include in a yearly favorites roundup like this, but this powder puff is, I don't know, there's just something so right about it. I've tried one from another brand as well, but I just ended up coming back to this one because it's just so perfect. The tip is the perfect length to get under my eyes. It's the perfect level of softness. It absorbs a little bit of powder, but not too much, so it deposits it really well on my skin. PAC Cosmetics is just it when it comes to makeup application tools. Like, even the makeup brushes that I have been using since the last 10 to 11 years are still going strong. 80% of them are PAC Cosmetics. If you're looking for the perfect makeup puff, definitely give the PAC Cosmetics one a try. So that rounds up my best makeup discoveries in 2025. The links to all of these products will be in my description box down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let me know if I should do this kind of a yearly favorites roundup for skincare products as well. Do let me know in the comments which are the makeup products that you've discovered in 2025 and have ended up loving. I will see you in my next video. Bye.